we had the show.
Is that Louis the 14th?
Something like that. Yeah.
Can I tell you a funny story?
I was at a bar, of course, when I got the call. I was like, all right, let me get a shot of Louis.
My brother was bartending, and I had a buddy of mine who was sitting at the bar, and some guy walked up, and he was trying to be a big shot, and he was looking up at like the top shelf bottles, and he's like, "Hey man, how much for that Henry the 14th up there?" He's like, my brother's like, "I'm sorry." He goes, "Yeah, the Henry the 14th, the Henry up there." My brother's like, "I'm not familiar with Henry the 14th." Said, "Oh, you mean Louis the 14th? Oh, you mean that one right up there, the top shelf?" And he said, yeah, that one. And he knew exactly what he was referring to. He could have easily just played along with the guy. Instead, just made it a point to clown the guy who was trying to order a top shelf shot, which is what, $50, $100 to do a shot of that?
Yeah. I told you I was charging $200, bro, and they was doing it.
So Toradol would be in the 200 range?
Oh, easily. $200-$300.
What a great idea.
It's a great idea. Can't do it, though. Can't do that. I mean, I don't see why you couldn't do it, but that would be interesting.
So, Patrick Mahomes, just sit this week out. Get ready for Pittsburgh.
That might make the most sense.
Yeah. Just get ready. Plus, it's Christmas. The NFL needs their ratings. They got to be able to make some money off this. So, just play that Christmas game against Pittsburgh. Sit this one out. Plus, that'll make the college games that much more watchable.
It'd be interesting to see if he does play, though. That's what I will say.
We are Buffalo.
It's LeVar Arrington here, and listen, the best offense is a great defense. Crime is a reality we all face, and how are you preparing to protect yourself and your family from these threats? You need a plan that doesn't carry the legal or mental burden of using a firearm. Meet the Byrna Less Lethal Launcher, your safe, effective defense solution. BYRNA. The Byrna Launcher is equipped with powerful non-lethal deterrents, including tear gas and kinetic rounds, with a 60-foot range that can stop an attacker in their tracks for up to 40 minutes. It gives you the peace of mind you deserve, because protecting your loved ones should never be a compromise. Byrna is legal in all 50 states, requires no background checks, no permits, and is shipped straight to your door. The Byrna launcher is used by over 500 government agencies, police departments, and private security firms. Check out their 15,000 five-star reviews. Visit Byrna.com/LeVar for an exclusive 10% off your purchase. That's Byrna.com/LeVar.
Hey, folks, Bama Brown here. If you've been listening to me for 37 years here in Austin Radio, then maybe you'll listen to my podcast. That's right. I'm doing a podcast. I'm going to talk about all kinds of different things, but I've got stories from radio, stories from life, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to try to make you laugh anyway. Give us a listen. You might enjoy it. It's called the Bama Brown Experience, and we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. Easy to listen to, BamaBrownPodcast.com, or free on the iHeartRadio app. That's the BamaBrownPodcast.com.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Accident's been cleared on 35 northbound at Grand. Still going to be about a 15-minute slowdown from Breaker as you wait to fully unwind. On 35 southbound at MLK Junior Boulevard, your crash is cleared. And a new wreck right now on the 130 toll going southbound at Tesla Road. I'm Warren Shore, and that's Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Hey, iHeartRadio, Keegan-Michael Key here. There are lots of hotels to choose from out there, but ChoiceHotels.com has a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like a Radisson Hotel with flexible workspaces for refined business person you. A Comfort Hotel with a pool for out-of-office you. Nope, out of office. Or a Cambria Hotel with a stylish bar for margarita on the rocks you. With 22 brands, you can be confident that Choice Hotels is a stay for any you. Book direct at choicehotels.com, where travels come true.
Pro Paint Days are back at Lowe's. That means it's time to save big on your next job. Right now, get your choice of 5-gallon pails of Valspar Signature Ceiling Paint or HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Flat Ceiling Paint for just $148. Plus, get it delivered to your job site with free same-day delivery when you order by 2 p.m. Lowe's knows paint. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 12/20. Delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Additional terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
Experiences make life more meaningful. And with MasterCard's Priceless.com, you can immerse yourself in unforgettable experiences in dining, sports, art, entertainment, and more in over 40 destinations. From a round of golf with a legendary player to a cooking class with a celebrity chef, you can feel your passions and create lasting memories. Explore experiences today at Priceless.com, exclusively for MasterCard cardholders. Terms and conditions apply.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over, and if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So, no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
iHeartRadio is your #1 app for the holidays. Just open the app and search Holiday and start listening now. You'll see your local holiday radio station, plus all kinds of other holiday stations, playlists, and podcasts. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. KDETAM Austin. The Longhorns live here.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Harge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, Bastrop, Leander, and Silsbee, Texas, or wherever you may be listening. This is a Texas Tuesday edition of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Texas football met with the media ahead of this college football playoff. The AP got the All-Americans right. Joe Cook of Inside Texas and On 3 will be joining us at 7:40. Former Dallas Cowboy and Bama defensive back George Teague will be joining us at 8:17 to talk about the state of the Cowboys and how he feels about his Bama football team not getting in the college football playoff. Tonight, we've got the WNBA semifinals in the NBA Cup, and we also hear from Coach Pop. Well, he sent a message out to the media. And, of course, Texas women's basketball plays tonight against LaSalle. I'm your host, Mike Harbaugh Harge. The world's strongest man and WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, is not in today, but he will be back tomorrow. Our guy Khalil is behind the boards. We'll get his thoughts on the on the NBA Cup and what the expectations are tonight. And as always, we want you to be a part of the show. All you got to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, leave us a message by using the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. We'll receive your message instantly, and you might even hear it on the show. But we also give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to a comedy show to see Sarah Silverman coming up in January. So make sure that you tune in. As I said just a moment ago, the AP, that's right, the Associated Press finally got everything right that we thought that the SEC got wrong. Some of the media outlets got it wrong. There were some players that were missing that had outstanding seasons for the Texas Longhorns that were deserving of all conference conversation. They were deserving of all SEC first team. They were recognized as some of the best players in the country. And one of those players that got his name posted in the paper, as we like to say back in the day, was Michael Taft. The junior Michael Taft was named to the second team All-American team. Now, Anthony Hill also named to the All-American team. Alfred Collins named to the All-American team. And Jahdae Barron and Kelvin Banks were named to the first team. Now, with all that being said, this is why sometimes you got to take it away from the coaches. And let me tell you why you got to take some of these votes away from the coaches on the all-conference team. The reason being is because a lot of these coaches don't have time to watch the film. And as these things are going on throughout the season, they may not have been able to see a player like Michael Taft to truly understand what he brought to this team. They may not have paid attention to what Anthony Hill was doing. You know why? Because a lot of times, as everybody loves to say, they weren't playing those teams. So their scouting report was going to be wrapped around the teams that they were playing, not the teams that they weren't. So in certain instances, you will get a chance to see those types of things. Now, one of the players that I was a little disappointed in that didn't get a chance to be a part of this was Andrew Makuba. Andrew Makuba was a player that has sprung onto the scene. Not really, because he's been a great player for all of his career, but he was making plays, clutch plays, all the way through the season. He was finding ways to be around the football. He was delivering big hits. And now they're calling this the Makuba Bowl as he gets ready to play his former team. And one of the things that I keep looking at for Andrew Makuba is the ability to be at the University of Texas and being able to change his direction, his course. Because when he signed with Clemson, he hadn't even been on the campus, folks. He didn't even know what it was like to be at Clemson. They got into the recruitment late, and now he gets a chance to play against his old team and the coach that gave him his first opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, at the end of the day, we all trying to win. So at the end of the day, it's our business. But, after the game, we cool again. On my end, that's why I have a lot of respect for Coach Sweeney and just Clemson, the program in general, because, they took a young kid from Austin, Texas. Like you said, I've never visited campus at all, never knew what campus looked like. My first day on campus when I moved in as a true freshman, and from the first day I moved in to now, to when I left, those guys, they took care of me. They made sure I was good at all times, and they helped me come a long way, and they brought me along, and I really appreciate them for that. And, that means a lot. It was a lot that took in for me going in the portal. I just felt like I just needed a reset in my life, just all around, not just football, but just life in general. And, I felt like that was the right time for me to make a move and try to find myself and find something to get me going, And I believe I found that, and I found myself now, as you can tell by how I've played this year and what I've done this year, and you can tell the difference from the past couple of years, So, I mean, that conversation was tough, but he was very understanding, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you start to look at a young man from Austin, Texas, that now is back. He's part of the 5-1-2 group with Jahdae Barron and, of course, Michael Taft. They have solidified that back end of the Texas defense. This is why Texas can play opportunistic football. You got a guy on the outside that won the Thorpe Award that is playing a lockdown corner. You got another young player in Malik Muhammad on the other side. But on that back end, you have some guys in Michael Taft and Andrew Makuba that can trust each other. They've been around each other. They know now I can take a chance and go make a play. If I'm going to go and try to make this big hit, you got to make sure you cover me over the top. The communication is so much different than what it was for a while here at the University of Texas. But going back to the All-American teams, you cannot understate the development program that the University of Texas has now bestowed upon us. They have gotten guys drafted. They have gotten guys moved to the next level. They have gotten guys put in positions to have opportunities coming up in the next few years to be extra special especially when you start to go through these transfer portals, the recruitment, the players that are coming to these universities. They've created options for people that you hadn't seen in a very, very long time. So for me, when you start as a kid and you're starting to make these decisions, and we'll hear from Coach Sark in just a minute because it is transfer portal time, folks. And you have to be diligent in making the right decisions to have certain players come into your program that can feed and fit the culture that you are trying to develop. You know, that word culture has been thrown around for a very long time, and sometimes it is overplayed. But what we have been able to see right here at the University of Texas, the development, the coaching staff staying the same, and the messaging being the same has changed the way folks look at this Texas football team. And that is why you can sit back now as a Texas fan and say, they're in the playoffs for back-to-back years, and it's all about the development and the understanding of what is needed. We're just getting started here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. When we come back, we'll hear from Coach Sark, and we'll get into the conversations right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Text Texas, followed by your message to 81530 to chat along with your favorite sports radio, AM 1300, The Zone hosts. That's Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
35 going northbound at Howard. An accident has your two left lanes blocked off. That's going to be about a 40-minute delay back from Breaker, was previously reported as cleared. The 130 toll going southbound at Tesla Road and 290 eastbound at Gregg Manor were working accidents. I'm Warren Shore, and that's Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up and use promo code SECONDFREE by January 26th. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
When it comes to making fantasy picks on your favorite players, you want excitement, but you also want a platform you can trust. Better Picks is available in over 30 states. So if you're hearing this, it's probably available for you.
Better Picks is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Just pick more or less on your favorite player stats and put your skills to the test.
With Better Picks, you get the thrill of playing for up to 2,000 times your cash. So go ahead, make your picks and play for big wins with super fast payouts and withdrawals.
Go to betterpicks.com, BETRpicks.com, or download Better on the App or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to play for up to 2,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit and join thousands playing across the U.S.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com.
If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-431-8958. That's 800-431-8958.
Oh no, my phone.
Hear that? It's the sound of a skater dropping her phone and smashing it on the ice. Yep, it's definitely broken. But at Verizon, we got you. That's right. Now's your last chance to trade in any phone, any condition from one of our top brands and get a new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus on Unlimited Ultimate and Watch 7 and Tab S9 FE 5G. That's up to $1,900 in value. So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tablet. Up to $1,900 value based on phone, watch, and tablet. Trade in and additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Connect directly, bid confidently. At Purple Wave Auction, transparency is key. With no reserves and no hidden surprises, you're connected directly to sellers so you can inspect and bid on quality equipment with confidence. Whether you're looking for ag, construction, or fleet equipment, we're here to ensure a clear, hassle-free experience. Register today at purplewave.com and start bidding with peace of mind. Purple Wave Auction, the easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment.
That looks perfect. The feeling of getting ready for the holidays, there's nothing like it. Decorating the tree, accessorizing the table, adorning your walls with festive decor. What could be better? Whether you're doing the hosting this holiday or just enjoying some much-needed downtime with your favorites, at Ashley, you'll find all the things you need to make your home as jolly as can be at prices that slay. Spruce up your space for the holidays with Ashley. Visit your local Ashley or shop online at ashley.com.
Want to win 2,000 times your money simply by watching football? With Better Picks, every play will have you on the edge of your seat, as game day just got 2,000 times more exciting. That's right, Better Picks has the highest multipliers in all of daily fantasy, letting you turn $1 into $2,000, $10 into $20,000, all the way up to $100,000 payouts. That's higher than all those other Pick'em fantasy apps.
And it's super simple to use. Just pick a few players, choose more or less on their stats, and follow along live.
Why would you use any other daily fantasy app when you can win 2,000 times your money only on Better Picks? Go to betterpicks.com, BETRpicks.com, or download Better on the app or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to experience the thrill of playing for up to 2,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit. It's simply better with Better Picks. Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
Hi, I'm Jenny Covert, wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. For 115 years and 6 generations, the Coverts have served Central Texas longer than any car dealer. We know how busy the holiday season can be and that time is money. That's why we believe in making your shopping experience quick and easy with our low Covert price and excellent customer service. We'll do whatever it takes to earn your business, like free delivery right to your door. No one beats a Covert deal. Not now, not ever. CovertBastrop.com. Together, let's drive.
Your holiday to-do list can be longer than Santa's. Between the shopping, the decorating, kids' concerts, and, oh yeah, keeping the magic alive. iHeartRadio is here to bring the joy to your busy days with commercial-free Christmas stations like iHeart Christmas. Or dozens of playlists so you can pick and match your holiday vibe. Open your free iHeart app and search Holiday to explore stations, playlists, and more.
Back to Harge and Henry in the morning kickoff on 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff. 1300 The Zone. We call it a Texas Tuesday edition of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Mark Henry's out today. He will be back in tomorrow. And coming up in the next segment, we will have Joe Cook of Inside Texas talking a little bit about all the things that are going on around the university and the expectations heading into the weekend. But we got a chance yesterday to meet with some of the players before the media availability for Coach Sark, and the players are beat. They're ready to go. The consensus is everyone has enjoyed their time off to get recharged. I was at a fundraiser event this past weekend for Texas One Thumb and Carter Couch toy drive. And I got a chance to see some of the players. They all look healthy. Ran into Anthony Hill, Michael Tabb, Banker, and just a lot of players that are focused on this week. Obviously, we had a lot to do with the disappointment of losing to Georgia again in the SEC championship. I had a friend of mine just texted me saying, I can't believe Georgia. I'm like, we are close. And that seems to be the thought process. But Coach Sark addressed the media yesterday, and here was his opening statement.
This new era of college football, and to be playing in a playoff game in mid-December is just very different. I think for everybody, at least on our end, it's taken a minute. When you have a really successful season, historically, you get this long layoff until your bowl game right around New Year's and whatnot. And for it to come off kind of 2 weeks after the SEC championship game is pretty exciting because, one of the concerns always for us as coaches is that long layoff and how do you keep your team sharp and how do you keep them competitive, but yet in the same token heal and get healthy. And so this just kind of times up really nice. And what an awesome opportunity to host a playoff game in the inaugural 12-team playoff here at DKR Saturday at 3:00 against a really good Clemson team. I'm really pumped for our fans and Longhorn Nation that they get to experience this and that we get to have one more opportunity here at DKR with this team. We're going to need all their support, and I hope the ticket sales and all that stuff went the right way. I know it's been unique and new for everybody, but I know CDC and his team have done an awesome job of getting those things out, so we're looking forward to that. Clemson's a really good team. Dabo, for a long, long time, has been winning a lot of games at Clemson. I think this is their seventh, college football playoff appearance. He's won 2 national titles. And this team really embodies what his teams have embodied over the years. They're really disciplined, very few penalties. They take care of the football extremely well offensively. They create turnovers on defense. I think they're plus 16 in the turnover margin. They've got a veteran offensive and defensive line. You talk about winning and winning late into December and into January, how important the line of scrimmage is. They've got veteran O&D linemen who play really well. They've got a really good quarterback. We've known Cade a long time since his time here at Westlake, and highly competitive young man. He's going to do what it takes to put them in position to try to win. He's had a really good season throwing it. He's had a very good season running it. They spread the ball around, and so a lot of great challenges that they present, and they didn't get to this point on accident. So we've got our work cut out for us. I think last week was good for us as a team. Naturally, when you go 12 rounds with a team like Georgia, you need some time to heal, which I think we got, but I do think we got in front of the game planning and practice standpoint as well, and put us in position to be really ready to go this afternoon. So looking forward to the opportunity. It's an honor to be in the playoff, and we're going to try to make the most of it.
And you got to, and I love the fact of what Coach Sark said about Dabo and what he's been able to achieve. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've been really, really upset, I guess you would say, about the way that Dabo has kind of carried himself. But that's my personal thing. And he's proven that, hey, you don't have to go out there and make all these moves in the portal. But guess what, folks? Yesterday, Dabo Swinney got a recruit out of the portal for the first time. Dabo is making moves in the portal to go and get a recruit. But as always, you want to look at the transfer portal in a very different light because of the fact that the transfer portal is now open in the middle of all of this chaos. It's become very interesting. And Coach Sark talked about the transfer portal opening up and what that means, because some players are leaving and some are trying to come in.
This has been a very challenging, call it 3 weeks. When you think about, we had signing date on Wednesday of the SEC championship game. And so we were trying to solidify that class and get ready to play for an SEC championship on Saturday. And then Monday, the transfer portal opens. And so you're dealing with current players on your roster who are trying to make decisions if they want to stay, if they want to transfer. And all the while still talk to some players about the NFL because they're getting those conversations are happening. So last week was a busy week for me, more so than I was probably anticipating. And it's a lot to think that I used this analogy last week in an interview. In 3 weeks, the NFL playoffs are going to begin. And imagine, I don't know how many teams go in the NFL playoffs, 8 or something like that, or 10. I don't know how many get in. But imagine every one of those players becoming free agents the day that they announce who's in the playoffs. And that's what's happening in college football. Every quarterback is essentially a free agent right now. Every O lineman, every D lineman, every running back. And then also our free agents are all the other teams that didn't make the playoffs. And so for the teams that didn't play in conference championship games or not playing in the college football playoffs, they can devote a lot more time to free agency when we're devoting time to trying to win a championship, whether it's a conference championship or a national championship. But I would just have it hard to think that the NFL would want, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts all being free agents the day that the NFL playoffs begin. But that's the world we're living right now. So it is definitely challenging. A couple of the guys that have gone in the portal that are going to stick around and stay throughout the remainder of the playoffs. Tia Savea is going to do that. Justice Finkley is going to do that. I think we have a couple other guys that are still trying to decide how they want to go about it. I'm not concerned about our depth in game from a defensive line perspective. The guys that play will be ready to play and we'll be adequate depth there. More of the concern is how to practice. And I think this is one of the unintended consequences of having the portal while the playoffs are occurring, because now we're having to have guys that have to, one, prepare to play in a game, but also two, service the offense to get them ready to play in the game. And I don't think that that's what we intended to do when we opened the portal the way that we did. And I'm sure other teams are dealing with some of the same issues that we are too. So we're managing it. We adjusted some of our practice plan to account for that. And I think we're in a good spot.
Interesting, man. This stuff, this craziness that we call the free agency of college football, you've seen it, you're seeing it, it's going to continue to happen. And if you're a good football team, it is a luxury. But yesterday, Texas loses a defensive tackle, Sadir Mitchell, who was one of those guys that were still pondering if they were going to stick around. He's a big when I say big, he's a big part of that defensive line, but now he has made the decision that it was time for him to move on. So now Coach Sark has been asked the question, what is it and how do you decide to keep the players on the squad for those that want to enter the transfer portal?
I think you take each case on individually, I don't think there's one blanket answer to that. I think every player is coming in that wants to have that discussion for varying reasons, where they're at in their career, what year are they in their career? Do they want to play? Do they not? What does the depth look like at their position? What has history been for them here today and yesterday, and what's it going to look like tomorrow and moving forward? So every guy I think is in a little bit different space. And again, it's not really our decision, ultimately it's their decision. But what we have to do is be honest and be upfront and make sure that we paint a picture of here's what it would look like moving forward in an ideal world. If it's not ideal, here's what it could look like, from a reality standpoint. And when we can do that, I think we always end on really good terms with the guys, whether they decide to move on or whether they decide to stay, that I think that we've been really transparent and honest with them. And that allows them to make a rational decision and not an emotional one.
I really wonder too, because I saw an interview with the father the other day that said that his son didn't want to leave this school. The dad wanted him to leave this school because he was so used to watching his kid play and thought that he was better than expected, right? So then you start to get into those conversations. Is it the kid that wants to move, or is it the family members that want him to move? Sometimes you just got to sit back and say, hey, man, fight it out, make it happen, because at the end of the day, you really want to have a degree from certain schools. But Coach Sark was asked about the transfer window, and is there a tweak that could happen with the calendars to make it to where it's like, hey, man, let's get through this, because everybody's not going to participate in the playoff. Let's just remember that. It's a 12-team playoff. And a lot of people are trying to make moving parts, but I think there should be a time where these players can wait, get through the playoffs, and still have the opportunity to transfer.
Yeah, I mean, I think what, again, I don't pretend to be the guy that solves all the answers here, okay? But I'm going to give 2 cents. I think one of the challenges is we have the NCAA and we have the presidents of universities, and they're operating on a school calendar and what that looks like, right? And we're trying to solve a settlement and 105 number and revenue sharing and all this other stuff. And over here, we have this college football playoff committee, right, that it went from 4 teams to 12 teams, and there's talk of it going even more. The issue comes into that college football playoff is overlapping a fall semester into a spring semester. And so you have this group of young men that we've allowed to transfer that all want to be at their new school for the start of the spring school year or spring semester. The problem is we've got teams that are still playing meaningful games, and not that bowl games aren't meaningful. They are, and they're a reward for a successful season. But we're still competing for a national championship. All the while, we've got kids thinking about their future, understandably there too. And so whether we can reset the calendar to some degree to fit what the playoffs would look like, or we take a hard and a real serious look at more of an NFL model to where free agency doesn't begin until maybe the spring, where players transfer at the spring. Maybe we don't have spring ball anymore. Maybe we have OTAs and mini camps, and we adjust it completely. I know that's, we're at the beginning stages of something that is brand new to us right now, but I do think we're going to have to take a real look at, just trying to put, a Band-Aid over something, and that's the fix. I think we're going to have to make a real dive and a real look at college football in general and what's in the best interest of the game in season for the players and out of season, so that we have a product that we're not dealing with all of this all the time. What is a salary cap going to look like, and how does that go about? And, so much of like what we're dealing with, players are getting offered some crazy numbers and things going on, but yet there's no players union that then monitors that, and what's the value at those positions. There's so many things that we're operating kind of just however we want right now. And I think the NFL, I always say this, they've figured it out because they've devoted so much time and energy to it that I think at some point we're going to have to look at that model of why is their free agency when it is, and then how does that coincide then with the draft, refer to it as signing date, and then what they've done with their offseason to build their teams to get them ready for training camp and then the season. And I do think spring ball at some point is going to become a casualty of this. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I do think there's something to be said for phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 that the NFL utilizes in its offseason as coming out of free agency and the draft as they build for the team. So I just think there's going to have to be a real overhaul that's ultimately going to have to take place. When and how that comes about, I don't exactly know. But right now we're just operating with too many things happening all at once. And then we're going to have all this dead time come the spring. And then we're going to open free agency up again after spring ball, and we're going to do it all over again. And so it just seems like it's a little bit of a broken model, but it's the model that we have right now. And so our job is to try to navigate this model to the best of our ability, and that's what we're trying to do.
The voice of the Horns, Craig Way on 1300 The Zone, weekdays at 2. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Longhorns football plays here.
Shotgun snap. Warren fires over the middle. That's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Williams. I'll say he's okay. He picks it off. Warren with the snap. Back to throw, steps up, under pressure, he'll go down. Colin Simmons comes in for his first sack as a Texas Longhorn.
Longhorns football plays here, only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hug 'em.
Accidents blocking your two left lanes on 35 going northbound at Howard. It's now a 45-minute delay all the way back from Berrywood. We have two accidents, one on the 130 toll southbound at Tesla Road and then 290 eastbound at Gregg Manor. I'm Warren Shore, and that is your Austin traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rando's.
It's Texas Tuesday, y'all, and the only thing better than a Texas game day is enjoying it with an ice-cold Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas athletics. From the tailgates to the watch party, Bud Light is there to keep you refreshed and ready to cheer on your Longhorns. So grab a Bud Light, raise it high, and let's toast to Longhorn pride. Every Tuesday is a game day. Bud Light, the official beer of Texas athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy, must be 21. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay. PayPal.
Earl Campbell here for my good friends at Austin Shoe Hospital. Austin Shoe Hospital has been repairing my favorite boots and shoes for over 30 years. They are the best Western boot repair company in Texas and can repair any boot brand or style. Visit the master cobblers at Austin Shoe Hospital and they will bring all your shoes, boots, and bags back to life. If you can wear it, they can repair it. Oh, yes, and hook 'em horns.
Visit AustinShoeHospital.com.
Tired of battling the cold to open and close your property gate? This holiday season, treat your family to Mighty Mule, the trusted brand for smart and affordable gate opener solutions. And say goodbye to cold noses and wet boots. With easy DIY installation, reliable performance, and energy-efficient solar options, Mighty Mule is more affordable than you'd think and makes securing your property simple. Plus, stay connected with smart technology, allowing you to open and close your gate from anywhere. Visit MightyMule.com/iHeartRadio to find your perfect gate opener setup. Take the Build Your Gate System quiz at MightyMule.com/iHeartRadio. Whether it's for your home, ranch, or other property, Mighty Mule delivers the convenience and peace of mind you deserve. Made in North America. Ho, ho, ho. Visit MightyMule.com/iHeartRadio for smart and affordable gate solutions.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations, and all of us at Audiovisual would like to wish you and your family a happy holiday season. This time of year can get a little hectic, so we want to remind you to relax, enjoy the season with your family and friends, and give us a call at 512-255-8678 for all of your home entertainment needs. This is my favorite time of the year. I love the holidays, the music, the decorations, the presents, the whole darn thing. So this year I'm asking all you listeners to help make this a special holiday for everyone. Smiles are contagious and free, so let's give them away like the government gives away your money. Let's high-five strangers on the street. Hold the door for people behind us. Tip your servers more than they've ever been tipped before. Give to a charity, or hell, give to a bunch of charities. If someone does a good job, tell them they did a good job. Pat someone on the butt. Sing in public places just because it feels good. And as always, hug your kids until they beg you to stop. Watch some games with your friends and make love to your wife or your husband. I know there's some women listening too. You can still give us a call at 512-255-8678 if you'd like to get some cool electronics, but more importantly, have a great holiday season and a friggin' awesome next year.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over, and if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. What's your perfect night? Maybe you're settled at home alone or with loved ones, covered in blankets, about to watch your favorite show. It's cozy, it's calm, and you're ready for a perfect night in. Therapy can feel a bit like that, a place for comfort, a time when you replenish your energy and take care of yourself. And hey, you can even do it without leaving that same cozy couch. This season is the perfect time to give therapy a try, right from the comfort of home. With BetterHelp, get matched with a tailored therapist based on your needs and preferences, entirely online. Designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find comfort this season with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/rightchoice today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rightchoice.
Hey, iHeartRadio, Keegan-Michael Key here. There are lots of hotels to choose from out there, but ChoiceHotels.com has a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like a Radisson hotel with flexible workspaces for refined business person you. A Comfort hotel with a pool for out-of-office you. Nope, out of office. Or a Cambria hotel with a stylish bar for margarita on the rocks you. With 22 brands, you can be confident that Choice Hotels is a stay for any you. Book direct at choicehotels.com, where travels come true.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, aka fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Spurs head coach Greg Popovich very grateful for the support he's gotten as he continues to recover from a mild stroke he suffered last month. Still unknown when Popovich will return. Thunder and Bucks tonight in the NBA championship game in Vegas. Spurs host the Hawks Thursday night. Texans visit the Chiefs Saturday. Chiefs might be missing Patrick Mahomes due to a high ankle sprain. I'm Ron Tomas.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Staples Stores. Staples has amazing deals on everything you need for the holidays, from custom holiday cards and photo gifts to laptops and gaming systems, even shipping solutions. And now save up to $350 on select computers. In-store only. Offer ends 12/28. Unwrap huge holiday savings at Staples.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Your home for the Horns. The Great Way Show.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT.
35 going northbound at Howard. An accident has your two left lanes blocked off.
Right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and joining us as he always does on a Tuesday is my guy Joe Cook of Inside Texas and On 3. You can follow him at Joseph Cook 89. And Joe, yesterday we got to meet with a lot of players yesterday, and of course we got our regular conversation with Coach Sark. You got a chance to get out to practice in the observation window. What were some of your biggest takeaways from yesterday's meeting with the players and Coach Sark?
Yeah, obviously with Andrew Makuba being a former Clemson Tiger, that was a cool little aspect that everybody went over. The 5-1-2 defensive backs of Makuba and Barron and Taff all talked, and it's not just Makuba who's got connections. Westlake with Taff and even Southlake with Ewers, they have connections with Klubnik. Just all the different storylines, all the aspects of familiarity, which are really interesting considering these teams have never met. Those were brought up. And then, of course, Quinn Ewers is always going to remain a pretty interesting topic. Stark said, and one thing we noticed during that practice thing is, a lot of players got healthy. Ewers wasn't wearing that brace. He looked to be his normal self. And I asked him, about if Ewers is someone who can carry the load and play hero ball. And sometimes Texas, the game plan is force him into hero ball and force Quinn Ewers into having to do that. But it's something, obviously, that I don't think Steve Sarkisian would call unless he believed he could do it. But the big thing in the observation window was Ewers not wearing that brace, Banks out there practicing as normal but with the brace, and then Isaiah Bond was not participating. That was the real big piece of intel from practice. So, but it's only Monday. It seems like they're gonna just say, hey, we're gonna give this ankle as much time off as it needs, and if you can go Saturday, you can go Saturday at 3, and we'll see you out there. But they're gonna have to plan seemingly like they may not have Bond for this game.
Well, the thing that I loved about it is that he was fully dressed like he really wanted to be out there. He's taking full advantage of the opportunity to be out there and be with his teammates and looked the part. But like you said, he was in tennis shoes. He wasn't running around, and they're giving him as much rest as he possibly can. But the biggest story for me is not even necessarily Quinn Ewers. It's more about Kelvin Banks. It seems to be like when Kelvin won his awards, people asked him about his injury. He said that he was fine. He thinks that he would be ready to play. And even Coach Sark mentioned at the media availability, it was more of him, Coach Sark, keeping Kelvin Banks out last week.
Yeah, I mean, I was there at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and you could tell that he was trying to make it through, but you could see him wince a little bit, and you could see him just not be able to get that kick just the way he wanted to. So they gave it a go, but I think he said his body didn't agree. And then you could kind of tell whenever I saw David Benda start giving Trevor Gooseby a pep talk in the end zone. I'm like, okay, well that probably means something. But Banks, he didn't outright say I'm playing, but he made it sound like that's what he wanted to say. And so that'll be a big boost for the Texas offense if he's able to be back and protect Quinn Ewers' blind side against some of the quality Tiger defensive linemen.
Yeah, definitely going to need to do that. We're talking to Joe Cook of Inside Texas. You can follow him at Joseph Cook 89. And Joe, obviously the conversations were about the transfer portal. We just played a bunch of just transfer portal conversation because it's a unique situation. There's players that are coming and players that are going. And the one question that maybe you can shed some light on, someone asked me this before, with high school kids that can come in at the halfway point and new transfer portal players, they're not eligible to play in any of these games. But I remember Caleb Downs at one point at Alabama, when he came in early, he was practicing with the team and he looked like he could play immediately. But there's no rule, or there is a rule that's not letting them play, correct?
So I think how it works is if you're a transfer or a mid-year enrollee, you can take part in on-campus practices with your new team. I think, and I know that's the case for high school. I'm not sure if that's the case for transfers.
Okay.
You can take part in practice because I remember there was some, I think like Jalen Hurts, whenever he enrolled early, they had him being the scout team quarterback. But I think once, if Texas wins on Saturday and goes to the Peach Bowl and they have to go practice in Atlanta, I don't think those players can practice with the team. Now, I think they can still be with the team,
right?
Learning game plans, learning terminology, ingratiating themselves, but I don't think they can then suit up after that. So I should have been looking maybe for that. I was trying to do some proof of life of some players, not proof of life, but proof that they're out there.
Right.
Didn't see any of the transfers or mid-years, but a lot of those guys just committed, just signed. So maybe a little bit more until they start moving in.
So I wanted to ask this too, a lot of conversation about Cade Klubnik. Michael Taft mentioned it yesterday. He was asked about it, but Cade Klubnik is one of those guys that brings a little bit more than any of the other dual threat quarterbacks that Texas was able to face. I think he's a better passer than any of the guys. And obviously with his explosiveness of getting around the corner with that speed that he has, he's probably a little bit faster than a lot of those guys. If you're a Texas defensive coordinator, what are some of the keys that you will be looking for when facing a quarterback like Klubnik?
I think this is a a time when you really just have to trust your defensive backs. You have to trust your guys out there, one who won a Thorpe Award, one who's a second-team All-American, to really play coverage. Because I think if you're able to, let the guys in the box really take care of what they need to, and that includes the safeties to come down and make hits whenever there's a scramble, I think that will really, really help. Or a designed run, just because of the advantage they have. I think this is one of those games to trust that, because honestly, it feels like the more dangerous player compared, when you look between Clemson's wide receiver core or Cade Klubnik, is going to be Cade Klubnik. So I'm going to go ahead and say that, make sure that maybe you play a little bit more of a cover 3 type thing, so a safety can drop down and come help out really quickly. Or maybe you give your guys on the outside, Muhammad and Barron, a little bit more one-on-one opportunities, so you can keep some of the other guys freed up to come play inside, because they put the game all in Cade Klubnik's hands on a regular basis. It's kind of reminiscent, I think, of, and maybe this is just because they had the same offensive coordinator, Garrett Riley, and what he did with Max Duggan back 2 years ago at TCU. A lot of similarities in how those two play, how those two are used, the offense that they're in. And they're going to, Max Duggan won Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year for a reason. It's because they know that was a guy who could take a game and, lead TCU in those one-possession games. Cade Klubnik's been able to do a lot of the same, and I think that, why switch away from what's been working for Clemson and go away from number 2?
No doubt. There he is, Joe Cook of Inside Texas. Make sure you follow him at Joseph Cook 89. Joe, see you this weekend, and hopefully we have a continuation of these conversations as Texas defeats Clemson this weekend. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Thank you, Harge.
All right, there he is, Joe Cook of Inside Texas. When we come back, we'll continue the conversations, because guess what? Coach Popovich made a statement. We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Accident as your 2 left lanes blocked off on 35 northbound at Howard. It's a 25-minute delay back from Berrywood. Still dealing with 2 accidents, minor ones on the 130 toll southbound at Tesla Road and 290 going eastbound at Gregg Manor. I'm Warren Shore, and that is Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Save more this holiday season by becoming a My Lowe's Rewards member. New member deals dropping every week, like $15 off a purchase of $50 or more on select Bounty, Charmin, and Puffs paper products. Join free today. Subject to terms and conditions. Visit mylowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop D-O-double-G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoop D-O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us, plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that, Jake.
With 24 monthly bill credits for eligible trade-ins and 4 new lines without auto pay. All qualified customers plus taxes and fees at $35 for line connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue your remaining bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due $999.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
Don't miss the DeLucio Equipment Auction on Purple Wave closing December 30th and 31st. Bid on a lineup of 33 trucks, including Freightliner, Kenworth, and international models. Plus, 31 trailers are up for grabs, both dry van and refrigerated options. As always, it's a no-reserve auction, so every item sells to the highest bidder. Inspect in person or online and get ready to bid. Visit purplewave.com now. Upgrade your fleet with Purple Wave.
It's social hour at Cover 3, Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Savor fresh, exclusive $7 delights like shrimp firecrackers and $5 frozen Ritas. Monday through Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Unwind at any location with friends, including Cover 2. Make every hour happy at Cover 3.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio for your free online visit.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBETAM Austin. Your home for the Texas Longhorns. 1300 The Zone, covering the 40 acres.
Great stuff from Joe Cook of Inside Texas and On 3. Make sure you follow him. Get all the latest as he was at practice and, of course, at media days. Tonight, you have the NBA Cup championship, not the semis. I thought it was the semis. It's the championship tonight as the Milwaukee Bucks will take on the OKC Thunder. The winner gets $500,000 for winning the NBA Cup. Giannis Antetokounmpo talked about it. He said it's life-changing money, okay? Obviously, $500,000 you could put down on a house. Personally, I don't think about the money. For the game that I love playing basketball. It's creating more moments that I can remember and creating more of a legacy for myself or something that my kids can look back and say, dang, my dad was a bad shut your mouth when it comes to playing basketball. So that's his motivation. I know Shea Gilchrist-Alexander's got some motivation, and it's just the fact that you want to win everything that you play. Well, that game is tonight. But Coach Pop sent a message and a statement from the San Antonio Spurs yesterday, and he said, "This has certainly been an unexpected 6 weeks for my family and me. As we work together on my recovery, I wanted to take a moment to share the outpouring of support we received during this time, and it has truly been overwhelming in the best possible way. While I wish I could get back out there, get back to each of you, for now, let's just me and my family say we are forever grateful. We're thankful to our wonderful community, the entire Spurs organization, and our family and friends. No one is more excited to see me return to the bench than the talented individuals who have been leading my rehabilitation process. They have quickly learned that I am less than coachable." So Coach Pop with his great humor and being able to shed light a little bit that he's still doing his rehab and he's working to get back on the bench to be able to coach the San Antonio Spurs. Khalil, who do you have tonight? Do you take Milwaukee or are you taking OKC?
I'm going to take OKC.
Young energy, just the team unity. Dame Lillard, I mean, Dame Dollar get a chance to win something.
Nah, I think OKC is just top to bottom a better team. Giannis has been going, Superman, Hulk on them for the past few weeks now. It's honestly been incredible, but I would imagine Giannis is going to drop somewhere around 40 points and they're still going to lose the game.
Okay. I like that. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to be watching that game tonight. I'll also be watching the Texas women's basketball team. We'll talk about that in the next segment because there's just so much to get into. Milwaukee is a 5.5 point dog against the OKC Thunder. OKC is a team that a lot of folks continue to look at and believe that they can be the future. The way that they hang out with each other, the way that they have so much fun with each other, it is always something that I continue to look at. And you talk about chemistry with a lot of these teams, and they definitely have the chemistry. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner. Don't forget, at 8:17, we'll have former Dallas Cowboy George T joining us to talk about the state of the Cowboys, the NFL, and oh yeah, we got to talk about his Roll Tide right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Sports Radio 1300, The Zone, KBET AM Austin. Hook 'em horns.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Harge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
No Mark Henry today, but of course you got Hardball Harge and you got your guy Khalil behind the board. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 starts right now. But in hour number 1, we talked about the All-American team. Jahdae Barron and Kelvin Banks were named to the AP All-American first team All-Americans, and Alfred Collins, Anthony Hill Jr., and of course, Michael Taft finally gets his recognition from walk-on to All-American at the University of Texas, was voted to the second team. We also got to hear from Coach Sark talking a lot about the transfer portal and the effects of the transfer portal at this particular time. And we got a chance to listen to Joe Cook of Inside Texas. I wanted to talk about the number 6 Texas women's basketball team as they play tonight against LaSalle. You can listen to the game on 103.1 FM, and you can also watch it on the SEC network, because I saw yesterday in the notes that the game will be played on the SEC Plus network, and Craig Way will be on the call for both radio and TV, almost like a simulcast, if you will, for the matchup tonight. Also, if you are looking to win some tickets to see Sarah Silverman, all you have to do is go over to AM 1300 The Zone on the iHeartRadio app, tap the microphone, and leave the keyword for today. Yesterday, it was Sarah. Today, it is Silverman, and you'll get a chance to win a pair of tickets to see Sarah Silverman January the 5th at ACL Live. It's simple to get into. Tap the red microphone, leave a voicemail with the keyword Silverman for a chance to win. Also be listening this afternoon on the Craig Way Show, the aforementioned Craig Way and Cam Parker, for a chance to win some tickets to see Tom Segura February 22nd at the Moody Center. I want to get back into the women's basketball team because they're the number 6th ranked team in the nation. They have players that are expected to be superstars in this conference. It's a very, very competitive conference. And when you get a chance to watch Madison Booker as she continues to find her groove, She continues to be that top-notch player that we thought she was going to be. It is important to understand that not only is she playing well, so is Rory Harmon. Now, I'm a big fan of Rory Harmon. She ranks 5th in the NCAA in assists with 72. She ranks 6th in assist to turnover ratio. She's 9th in assists per game, and she has 573 career assists and is 33 assists away from moving into second all time on the Texas Longhorn list. Madison Booker is probably one of the most efficient players in the country. She's averaging 17.9 points per game, almost 18 points a game. Shea Holly has played in over 140 games at this university. Think about that. She's played in a program record 143 games. She will play in 144th game tonight as they take on LaSalle. LaSalle comes in 6-5, 1-0 in the A-10. But this is important for Texas because they are still continually trying to get their gel together as they get ready for SEC conference play. And if you know anything about the SEC and women's basketball, it is definitely going to be a tough road to hoe. They don't start it until January the 2nd as they go up to Norman, and then they play Arkansas, Alabama, then they go to South Carolina. And that right there, my friends, is your truest test. Now, I'm not taking anything away from all these other teams. Their first home game in the SEC will be January the 5th against Arkansas, followed by Alabama, and then on the road to South Carolina and Auburn. But think about this conference. South Carolina, national champion. Tennessee continues to be one of the best programs out there. Mississippi, a really good program. Texas A&M, South Carolina again, Kentucky, LSU. If you know anything about LSU, you know Kim Mulkey loves coming to Texas, and that's in February. That is a Sunday basketball game. So the Texas SEC schedule is something that you do not want to miss. Now, I wanted to make sure that I told everybody this right now because with all the students being gone, the athletic department and the ticket office want you to buy up those tickets. So if you've never been to a women's basketball game and you have the opportunity, tonight is your opportunity. Do everything you can to get over to the Moody Center to watch the Texas women, the number 6 ranked Texas women, get their opportunity to play tonight against LaSalle. The LaSalle Explorers will make their trip to Austin, Texas. So if you hadn't watched them yet, you need to make sure that you get a chance to watch them. Also, if you missed Rodney Terry, get over to our podcast page. Coach Rodney Terry was on with myself and Mark Henry yesterday morning at 7:40. And if you missed any part of that, make sure you get over to the podcast page as he's talked about the growth of this team. They played without Trey Johnson on Sunday, and they came out with a big victory. 8 guys scored in double figures. And I asked Coach Terry, I said, is that the first time that has ever happened? I believe that it is, and history will hopefully repeat itself as they take on New Orleans this Thursday. So if you've missed any basketball, you need a chance to go out there and check it out because these two basketball teams, I know it's still football season. I know everybody's really excited about it, but you still need to make sure that you go and check out these basketball teams because now is the time where the students are out. There are not a lot of students in town. You can get good deals on these tickets and get an opportunity to watch both of these teams play. I wanted to ask you guys something too, because I posed this question and we're going to get ready to talk to George Teague, former Dallas Cowboy and former Alabama Crimson Tide player. I posed this question on our social media. Get over to AM 1300 on social media, on Twitter, and cast your vote. So my question was this. It is a very, very unfortunate situation that is happening with the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions were the darlings of the NFL. Everybody was excited about the Detroit Lions. Well, now all of a sudden, things have kind of changed for them. They are dealing with a rash of injuries. Now, I understand everybody deals with injuries. Every team is going through these injuries. But Aiden Hutchinson, Alim McNeil, Carlton Davis III, Alex Alazone, Derek Barnes, Broderick Martin, Khalil Dorsey, Rakestraw Jr., and Emmanuel Mosley all have been ruled out or on ER. Also hurt, Kyle Petco, Miles Adams, Nate Lynn, Wingo, Bada, Kaminsky, and Reeves Maben. They have a laundry list of injuries. Now, if some of them were on the offense, you would be able to do some amazing things. By the way, Jared Goff had 64 points in fantasy this past weekend. 64 points in one of the leagues that I'm in. But I digress. But the question is, when you look at what this team was and where they are right now, do you still believe that they can have the number one seed in the NFC? So is it the Lions, the Vikings, or the Eagles? Or do you have some other team that might be able to overtake the Lions in the NFC? It's a very, very interesting topic. And here's the other thing. A lot of these teams are now playing on short weeks. We'll continue conversations coming up next. We've got George Teague of the NFL as he's going to talk to us about the Dallas Cowboys. Coming up next right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show.
Life is Good by Joe Walsh.
It's Life's Been Good, but that's close enough for right. Joe.
You know, when I see that album cover, for some reason, he looks like Dale Earnhardt to me. With the mustache. Now, I haven't really seen what he looks like in person.
Right.
Back when it was.
Trust me, if Dale Earnhardt were alive today, he would not look like Joe Walsh. There's not many people look like Joe Walsh how he looks today. Trust me.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hug 'em.
Good news, our accidents cleared up on 35 going northbound at Howard. You have no delays. It's fully unwound back from Tech Ridge. On Research Boulevard northbound at McNeil, we're working a wreck. 290 eastbound at Greg Manor and 130 toll southbound at Tesla. Those crashes have cleared. I'm Warren Shore. That's Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Shop simple. It doesn't get any easier. You're looking for a new Ford. You don't have time to spend hours at the dealership. So Riata Ford in Manor has made it simple. Pick yours at riataford.com. We can bring it to you for a home test drive. Once you determine it's perfect, you can arrange financing, value your trade, and sign all your paperwork digitally. Then simply tell us where and when you want to take delivery. Leif Johnson's Riata Ford in Manor has made buying a new Ford simple.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
Tired of battling the cold to open and close your property gate? This holiday season, treat your family to Mighty Mule, the trusted brand for smart and affordable gate opener solutions. And say goodbye to cold noses and wet boots. With easy DIY installation, reliable performance, and energy-efficient solar options, Mighty Mule is more affordable than you'd think and makes securing your property simple. Plus, stay connected with smart technology, allowing you to open and close your gate from anywhere. Visit mightymule.com/iHeartRadio to find your perfect gate opener setup. Take the Build Your Gate System quiz at mightymule.com/iHeartRadio. Whether it's for your home, ranch, or other property, Mighty Mule delivers the convenience and peace of mind you deserve. Made in North America. Ho, ho, ho. Visit mightymule.com/iHeartRadio for smart and affordable gate solutions.
Want to improve your health, energy, and longevity? Discover the secret to better health with Viome. It's the world's most advanced microbiome test, and you can take it from the comfort of your own home. Viome is the only company that uses RNA technology to tell you how your body reacts to food. More than 370 foods, in fact. And food is the key. If you eat and avoid the right ones, food can be your medicine. Viome's AI technology creates a personalized plan that tells you exactly that, because some healthy foods may not actually be good for you. Like 50% of people should avoid spinach. Are you eating right and still unable to lose weight, feeling moody, or having mental fog? Maybe it's spinach. Test and find out. Viome is also the only company that can create customized supplements based on your unique biology to help you improve specific areas of health. Go to Viome.com to learn more and get $110 off any test using code IHEART. Viome, the future of health is here.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. What's your perfect night? Maybe you're settled at home alone or with loved ones, covered in blankets, about to watch your favorite show. It's cozy, it's calm, and you're ready for a perfect night in. Therapy can feel a bit like that. A place for comfort, a time when you replenish your energy and take care of yourself. And hey, you can even do it without leaving that same cozy couch. This season is the perfect time to give therapy a try, right from the comfort of home. With BetterHelp, get matched with a tailored therapist based on your needs and preferences, entirely online. Designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a therapist, and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find comfort this season with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/rightchoice today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/rightchoice.
Hey, iHeartRadio, Keegan-Michael Key here. There are lots of hotels to choose from out there, but ChoiceHotels.com has a hotel for any traveler you want to be. Like a Radisson Hotel with flexible workspaces for refined business person you. A Comfort Hotel with a pool for out-of-office you. Nope, out of office. Or a Cambria Hotel with a stylish bar for margarita on the rocks you. With 22 brands, you can be confident that Choice Hotels is a stay for any you. Book direct at choicehotels.com, where travels come true.
Hardball Harge here, and I'm here to tell you about a few things Twin Peaks does really well. Let's start with the lunch combos. Step your lunch game up with light yet hearty combos put together starting for you at $7.99, featuring savory soups, crisp salads, and a variety of sandwiches to satisfy your every craving. No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, tequila cocktails, rare bourbons, and cocktails made and served over ice balls. And don't forget about their 29-degree drafts. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic view.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. I had to go up to Dallas because I needed to have some clarity on what's going on in Dallas, Texas. So what better way for me to find out what I need than calling on my guy, George Teague. You can follow him on social media at Teague Football on X. George, what's up, dog? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing great. It's a great morning here. It's not too cloudy this time, so I'm doing all right with the weather too.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. You and I spent some time up in Dallas at SEC Media Days, and obviously our conversations run a little bit deeper than most because you also were there covering your Alabama Crimson Tide, and the season came on, and things kind of happened. And I want to, before we talk about the Cowboys, I want to get your take on what you've thought about this new college football playoff and everything that's going on with it.
Yeah, well, I figured you weren't going to rub it in my face that early that Texas is in there and the Cowboys are. But
No,
I see
I
how
wasn't
you
gonna
are.
do that.
That's fine.
I didn't say nothing about Texas. I didn't.
I can hear it in your voice, though. I can hear it in your voice. It's all good. It's all good. But I think I really love that we're doing a playoff system like this. I do think there's some things that need to be addressed in it. Particularly do conference champions automatically get the bye? I think that has to be considered. I like that they get in, but I think the way that you seed probably should be different. Because I'm not sure that you're actually finding the best teams totally, 12 teams, as we say. So I'm a little bit concerned about that as well. And then the discussion has to be, what is the actual right number? Someone's always going to be mad. Whoever the first man out is always going to be mad. But is 12 the right number? Is it 14? Is it 16? Is it back to where we were? I don't know. I just think that we have to really define it. I love the system. I think it's great for football to have this playoff thing, but there's just some other pieces that concern me.
No doubt. And then talk about your Alabama Crimson Tide. The rumors are flying all over the place, as it is in every area of college football. You start to look at this transfer portal. We talked to Coach Sark yesterday. You talking about the tweaks in the playoff format. There definitely needs to be tweaks within this college football free agency as all chaos is starting to take place.
Yeah, and most people think you're always worried about your team when you start talking negatively about it, and that's not it. I think it's broken. I think it's not good for football. I love that players can make money and all that, but not necessarily $10-12 million. Not sure about that without being under contract anyway. I don't think you should just be able to up and leave. I understand the argument. Coaches get fired, they leave, they do this kind of stuff, but typically they're not changing teams every few months, or something of that nature. So it just, when you get to the point where a whole team is leaving and a team can't go to a bowl game, that should be enough for you to wake up and say, hey, this is not what it was intended to be. Some of the rights from us players need to be taken away a little bit because we still are players or employees, hopefully sooner or later. So we've got to change that.
Yeah, and I've been looking at this too, and like right now, you're looking at teams that are getting ready for the playoffs. They've got players that are about to leave. They've got other players that are coming in, and the coaches are still trying to get themselves prepared for these big matchups for the first ever 12-team college football playoff. The chaos that is here has changed so much in the dynamics. That's why I believe that all these people are now starting to have GMs and trying to make it more of a professional side of it all to be able to balance everything.
That's right. The roster management is more key than anything because you're trying to figure out who's going to leave. You're trying to get the tips or the heads up.
Yeah.
But also, I know it's not totally legal, right? But you're trying to see who's out there that you can get when somebody does leave. Not you have to talk to them, but the roster management is critical because if you lose your whole secondary or something and you just got to go remake it, that's a tough thing to do when you're typically planning 3-4 years out.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, let's transition. We're talking to George Teague. He is somebody that has played in Dallas, and the conversations continue to be had about the Dallas Cowboys. You and I were sitting together at SEC Media Days, and the first part about it was, hey, Jerry saying he's all in. What exactly does that mean? Well, it meant that he was going to pay CeeDee Lamb, who, by the way, got 1,000 yards even coming into camp late and continues to put up big numbers even without Dak Prescott. He paid Dak Prescott, and now the question remains. The Cowboys keep playing hard. They keep fighting for Mike McCarthy, and obviously Mike McCarthy has not lost this locker room.
Yeah, that is true. And you're right. I remember us having that conversation. And he did say he was all in on that. And I think he's going to be all in on Michael Parsons as well. There's no way they can let someone go like that. I was just watching the film, and he gets off the ball so doggone fast. You know, maybe he doesn't have all the sacks you think he should have, but he's a tremendous football player, and I think he's starting to gel with Coach Zim as well. So it is a lot of, seems like there's always drama around this team one way or the other. Unfortunately, Jerry Jones likes it that way because we're talking about him on media all the time. You know, but we still got to win the football games, and you really got to decide if you're going to hang with Mike McCarthy or not. You probably know, I would think he knows by now, unless he's just trying to see if he makes it to the playoffs or not. But give the man an extension. Let's finish all the talk. If you want him, go ahead, give him an extension right now. Let's get it done. If not, you know, I'm anticipating that he might not be here.
Wow. And a lot of people are trying to figure that out as well. So, George, I wanted to ask you too, you know, you brought up Micah Parsons, and there was a lot of scuttle about him and what was going on with him and being injured, and now with the podcast and doing all the different things that he's doing. But he came back onto the field and made things happen, and he continues to make things happen. You said you believe that he's going to be all in. Jerry's going to be all in on Micah. I agree with you. But what is the number that the Cowboys need to start looking at? I'm not a pocket watcher, so I understand people going to get their bread. They're going to continue to make that money. But what is the cap that you think the Cowboys are going to try to use? Because obviously they don't know how to balance it at all.
The cap, I don't even know there's a number. I think they're trying to figure out how many Brinks trucks they're actually just going to have to pull up to one Cowboys Parkway and just hand them the keys and say, take how many you want. But it's going to be detrimental, right? Regardless of what it is. I think for the remainder of the team, you got a lot of guys, and you got to think they just paid Diggs, right? Before you hadn't got all of your value out of him, I guess. Dak goes down. I mean, there's the money, the purse you're gonna have. Over? There's too much percentage in two or three guys. But if he said he's all in, he has to go. So I don't know what the real number is. He's going to be the highest paid defensive player, I think, in the history of football. I do believe that. I think he has all the leverage to be able to do that, and he has the numbers to actually show it. But that's going to be hard because they're going to have to trade somebody. They're going to have to make some other kind of critical decision to free up some money or cut somebody in June or whatever it is so they can free up some cap space.
If you had to pick an MVP for the Dallas Cowboys, who would be your MVP and why?
Oh, interesting. Great question. Well, this may surprise you because he's not flashy right now, but I'm going to go with Kendricks, Eric Kendricks.
Yeah.
Only because, again, now he does have a couple of interceptions, making some plays, but he's leading that charge of the defense. So, yeah, I know people like, he no MVP, because you could have went Overshown or something like that before the injury. I would have probably went with him beforehand. But one thing that I know was speaking with some of the staff members is the glue, everything runs through Kendricks. That's really important. Now, Rico Dowdle, we hadn't talked about him. He's doing extremely well. I don't think he's getting enough credit for how well he's actually beginning to run the ball now that Mike McCarthy is handing him the rock.
Yeah, and he even said, Mike McCarthy even said, we're going to go with Rico Dowdle. He's going to be our guy, and that is going to be the numbers. Just a little background on Rico Dowdle. He is, in the last 3 weeks, 392 rushing yards, first amongst running backs, 283 yards after contact, first among running backs, 14 rushes of 10 or more yards, first among running backs, and 16 missed tackles forced, has been able to do that as well, and he's in front of all running backs. I saw a stat the other day too, Teague, and one of the biggest deals was that everybody that was on the field on Jalen Tolbert's touchdown, Cooper Rush was undrafted, Dowdle undrafted, Lepke undrafted, Guyton Smith are both first rounders, Huffman undrafted, Bass undrafted, Steele undrafted, and Spanford all undrafted, with Schoonemaker and Tolbert going in the second and third round. How amazing is that, going back to the point that these guys are still fighting for Mike McCarthy?
Bro, how hard is that to coach?
Exactly.
That you got your hands cuffed back here. You're just trying to play with these guys who are undrafted, and you're still able to keep them motivated and going. It does say a lot about Mike McCarthy. I got to say, I like him a lot. I think he's a player's coach. I do think that they like him and they will play for him. He is very organized. You watch his practices and things. He's very specific with situational stuff. But you got to have some dudes, bro.
Yep.
I mean, you need your dudes on the field. So if he ever had it where he could, have his own deal, I think we would be seeing a different product this year. So, I'm on his side. I don't know who you get to change, if you change coaches or whatnot, who you're going to go pluck from somebody else that will want to work for Jerry Jones.
Right.
So I would like to see the extension. Let's just keep him, because he is doing a great job with these with the players and his coaching staff.
We're talking to George Teague. You can follow him at Teague Football. George, tell everybody what you're doing, man, because a lot of people truly don't know that there is life after football, and you've created a very nice life for yourself after football.
Yeah, I appreciate it. So I'm during the day, like right now, I'm sitting in my office at John Paul II High School in Plano, Texas, because I am an athletic director, so I get to stay around, the game and sports. But I love trying to learn more about the media side. So I'm on CBS Channel 11 here in Dallas as an NFL analyst, where I get to cover the Cowboys and every NFL team. Also do it on the radio and I do it with DallasCowboys.com as well. So we do a show on Bally's on Monday night. So it's kind of cool to be able to break that down. But what I like the most, brother, is doing my podcast, Teague's Take podcast, that we do on Wednesday nights at 8:15, covering SEC football, primarily Alabama. And guess who we're going to break down this week? We'll break down a lot of film.
Bring them horns on, baby.
No, I ain't breaking the horns down, but I am going to break down Clemson, because we need to see how they match up against you guys. I don't think that they can beat the Horns. I think that you guys have the leg up. And I know that they're a little bit worried about, those explosive plays and the consistency that you guys continue to have of making big plays. So it's going to be a great matchup, man. But I'm rooting for you, dog. I'm rooting for you, brother.
I appreciate it, man. It's about time, because normally you're talking trash to me, man. As always, brother, I appreciate you taking the time, and best of luck to you, and we'll chop it up again soon.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. There he is, George Teague. You can follow him at Teague Football, and you can also see his breakdown of the Clemson Tigers. Coming up next, there is something that has happened in the world of sports that I think that we truly, truly underestimate, and I'll talk about it coming up next right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
It's the Craig Way Show.
If Jerry Jones does care as much about his fans as he says,
try to make some moves that might at least appeal to them a little more than a lot of the moves you made. In other words, like a real personnel person, a real general manager. Make Will McClay the real general manager.
Voice of the Texas Longhorns and Hall of Fame broadcaster. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. on AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
We're all cleared up on 35 northbound at Howard. No delays back from Tech Ridge. That's good news from an earlier wreck. Research Boulevard northbound at McNeil. There is an accident. We are cleared up on 290 going eastbound at Gregg Manor and the 130 toll southbound at Tesla Road. I'm Warren Shore, and that's Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Petco Love's Love for the Holidays Adoption Weekend.
Someone's waiting for you at Petco Love's Love for the Holidays Adoption and Foster Weekend. All fees are waived December 21st and 2nd. Find locations at petco.love/holiday. Adopt love, foster love.
Attention small business owners needing financing. Are you frustrated with a slow process and high interest rate quotes from your bank? Then you need Swish Funding, the small business funding experts, where our simple application process takes just minutes with affordable funding as soon as one business day. At Swish Funding, we focus on your business cash flow, not your personal credit score. And we're ready to help with funding from $10,000 to $2 million. If you've been in business for 1 year or more with a monthly income of at least $25,000, you can get the affordable funding you need with no collateral. Swish Funding is providing funds for expansion, inventory, increased overhead, even slow cash flow to small businesses all over America. Restaurants, plumbing, landscaping, trucking, auto body shops, healthcare providers, and more are getting the funds they need fast. At Swish Funding, applying takes just minutes with funds in your bank account within 24 hours. Go to swishradio.com. That's SWISH radio.com. Swishradio.com.
The financial world's biggest players just dropped a bombshell. Citigroup's latest prediction, gold rocketing past $3,000 by 2025. Think about that number, $3,000. While Wall Street scrambles, here's what they won't tell you. This isn't just a prediction, it's a wake-up call. Every day you wait could cost you. Every moment of hesitation, a lost opportunity. Every maybe tomorrow, another step behind. Smart investors are already moving. They see what's coming. A golden tide that could lift some boats and leave others high and dry. Where will you be when gold hits $3,000? Celebrating your foresight or wishing you'd listened? Noble Gold Investments is your bridge to that future. Your partner in preparation. Your guide to what's coming. Be positioned. Be confident. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com now and get 10 1-ounce silver American Eagle coins with a qualified account. Just use promo code SILVER because $3,000 gold won't wait for permission. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risk. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making any investment decision.
With its new look and taste, Dasani is always crisp, clean, and refreshing. So, when thirst calls, answer with the new refreshed taste of Dasani water, now without salt. Learn more at Dasani.com.
With your busy schedule, there's no way you have time for all those complicated fantasy lineups. But there is time to win up to 2,000 times your money on Better Picks. With Better Picks, you can jump in fast and pick more or less on your favorite player's stats for a chance to win up to 2,000 times your cash, all in the time it takes to listen to this commercial.
Pick, tap, and win. That's it. Others might stop at 100 times payouts, but with Better Picks, your winnings can soar up to 2,000 times payouts. Turn that $10 bill in your glove box into $20,000 right now. That's real excitement.
So don't forget, if it's game day, it's a Better Picks day. Crank up the excitement with Better Picks and play for huge cash payouts. Go to betterpicks.com, BETRpicks.com, or download Better on the app or Play Store and use promo code RADIO to play for up to 2,000 times your cash. Plus, new users get up to a $200 match on their first deposit. It's simply better with Better Picks.
Must be 21 or older and in a jurisdiction where Better Picks operates. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned with your play? Call the NCPG at 1-800-522-4700.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at endurancewarranty.com. If you have a 2004 or newer vehicle that's out of warranty or about to be, Endurance is urgently notifying U.S. drivers about their low-cost vehicle coverage plan designed to save drivers thousands on rising vehicle repair costs. Those who qualify can pick their plan, coverage, and repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental cars included. All covered repairs get paid directly to the repair shop for you. Call now for your free quote. Call 800-431-8958. That's 800-431-8958.
Connect directly, bid confidently. At Purple Wave Auction, transparency is key. With no reserves and no hidden surprises, you're connected directly to sellers so you can inspect and bid on quality equipment with confidence. Whether you're looking for ag, construction, or fleet equipment, we're here to ensure a clear, hassle-free experience. Register today at purplewave.com and start bidding with peace of mind. Purple Wave Auction, the easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Experiences make life more meaningful. And with MasterCard's Priceless.com, you can immerse yourself in unforgettable experiences in dining, sports, art, entertainment, and more in over 40 destinations. From a round of golf with a legendary player to a cooking class with a celebrity chef, you can feel your passions and create lasting memories. Explore experiences today at Priceless.com, exclusively for MasterCard cardholders. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Mike Harge here, and for over 100 years, Covert Ford and Covert Chevy in Hutto have done more than just sell cars. They've built lasting relationships right here in Central Texas. Their commitment to this community runs deep. They know the true value of trust, quality, and community. They have been dedicated to giving top-notch service and reliable vehicles for you to count on. So if you're looking for the perfect car, truck, or SUV this holiday season, Covert Hutto has everything you need. Stop by Covert Ford and Chevy in Hutto and join the family that's been driving Central Texas forward for over a century.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Austin area weather, partly cloudy for your Tuesday. Slight chance for rain shower, a high near 80. Tonight, slight chance of a shower, a low of 63. Wednesday, morning showers likely, a high in the upper 60s.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to save you time and money. Order what you need by 2 p.m. to get it delivered same day. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes for same-day delivery. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns. Get yourself a dose of positivity.
I am a positivity magnet.
Right now.
With a tremendous amount of positivity.
Okay, it's happening. It's the Harge Knocks Life with Mike Harge.
This is normally the time that you would hear the man, the myth, the legend, the WWE Hall of Famer, and the world's strongest man, the Mark Henry, but he's out today, so I'm going to take over his spot. That's right. Walk in your trap, take over your trap. That's what we doing today. But I want to give some respect where it is due. Now, there's a lot of conversation that is going on right now around Heisman Trophy winner Travis Hunter, his girlfriend, the situation, and everything that's happening off the field of football. But I want to talk about this young man and what he's overcome, number one, and number two, where he is in his life right now and the awards that he has racked up. Now, listen to me when I read these off to you. He's first team All-American on offense. He's a first-team All-American on defense. He was on the cover of College Football 25. He's an academic All-American. He was the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. He was the AP National Player of the Year. He got the Lott Impact Trophy from Ronnie Lott. He got the Paul Hornung Award for the most versatile player. He got the Bednarik Award for the best defensive player in the country. He got the Biletnikoff for the top wide receiver. He got the Walter Camp Award for the best all-around player. And he got the Heisman Trophy Award, all in 2024. This is a young man that was highly touted and heavily recruited coming out of high school. As a matter of fact, he was originally committed to Khalil's Florida State Seminoles. But a former Seminole, Deion Sanders, decided this is going to be a difference maker in the game of football. He went out and got this young man out of Georgia, who originally was from Florida, got him out of Georgia, and took him to Jackson State, an HBCU, which is very rare in this day and time, that some of these top athletes make that trip there. Well, he made that trip there, got transferred to Colorado with Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders. And if you remember during his Heisman Trophy acceptance speech, he talked about the fact of how important that phone call was to him and his family. For him to be able to go play for Deion Sanders and become the player that he was, I don't know if that would have been able to happen if he'd have went any other school. I don't think any other coach would have been able to understand the talents that Travis brought to college football. And I know there's hate out there, and some people still believe that Genty should have been the Heisman Trophy. There's a lot of people that think that the presidency should have went another way. But that is why you have these votes and you're able to walk away with this. So when you look at what Travis Hunter is and has become, this is something that we do not think we will ever see in our lifetime again in college football. Because I just told you, some schools would not have let this happen. Even the great Charles Woodson said it himself. I didn't play that much on offense. Mine was select. This dude was he outplayed everybody for the most plays on the field by 484 snaps. He doesn't party, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't care about the limelight, don't care what you think. All he cares about is making sure that he's a good person. He cares about football, he watches film, and he cares about all of his teammates. He chartered a plane to bring his teammates to New York for the Heisman Trophy ceremony. And everybody, I saw a video the other day talking about, man, he did all this. What if he'd have lost? And as the saying goes, I guess we'll never know because he did not lose. I've been impressed with this young man since the very beginning. And his story is something that a lot of kids need to truly understand. If you put your mind to something and you put your heart and soul into something, great things can be achieved. Now, you may not be at that level of Travis Hunter. Like I said, I don't think we'll ever see this again. But what we witnessed from the work ethic
to the ability to stay on the field, to the ability to make plays, both sides of the ball, to be a genuinely good person. And I saw a player that was at Jackson State with him, and they came from two different worlds. And he said, from day one, I knew that you were different from the very first interaction that we had. You treated me with respect. You treated me as your equal. And you have made me a better person and player just because of the way that you go about your work. That is what it's all about. And oh yeah, Jahdae Barron, my guy, won the Thorpe Award, and a lot of people were upset that Travis Hunter's name, even Dion, was mad that he wasn't on the list. Well, Travis said this about that Thorpe Award.
Travis, Prince of Mukamara here. As a former corner, I thought you were going to win the Thorpe, but you won the best wide receiver, you won the best defensive player, now you won the Heisman. Do you still feel like, as a competitor, do you still feel like you should have won the Thorpe, or would you have wanted the Thorpe to kind of get a full sweep?
Yeah, but, that's not up to my decision anymore. They already decided who they pick, and I don't want to talk about the Thorpe. I mean, they made their decision. I got the best trophy in college football, so how it looks on them, don't look bad on me, it look bad on them.
Great accomplishment. But I'm still rolling with Jahdae, and I think Jahdae was the best cornerback on every single play. But in the best trophy, Jahdae's getting an opportunity to play for. That's that championship trophy. But nothing but respect for Travis Hunter and his achievements for what he did this season. It'll never, ever be done. And just for the record, Colorado has the NBA MVP, the NHL MVP, and the Heisman Trophy all in the same state. When we come back, we'll close out the show and send you to Dan Patrick right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone presents the Craig Way Show.
Life is Good by Joe Walsh.
Life's been good, but that's close enough for
right.
Joe.
When I see that album cover, for some reason, he looks like Dale Earnhardt to me. With the mustache. I haven't really seen what he looks like in person.
Right.
Back when it was.
Trust me, if Dale Earnhardt were alive today, he would not look like Joe Walsh. There's not many people look like Joe Walsh how he looks today. Trust me.
Join Craig Way weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Longhorns football plays here.
Hughes from the gun, has the snap. Play action, looks under pressure now, has running room, but throws to the end zone. Hill, touchdown Texas. Quinn Ewers stepped up in the pocket and fired a strike down the center of the field, and the tight end Gunnar Helm has the first Longhorn score of the game.
Longhorns football plays here, only on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hug 'em.
Accidents now cleared on Research Boulevard going northbound at McNeil. No delays back from Oak Knoll. On 183 northbound at McNeil, the right lane's blocked off due to a stall. And then Mopec going southbound at Duval, a stall blocks the right shoulder. I'm Warren Shore. That's Austin Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't Mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
This holiday at T-Mobile, I'm joined by a special co-anchor.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Big Snoop Deal Double G.
Snoop, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Okay, cool.
This holiday, get 4 lines for $25 a line, plus 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence and the all-new camera control on us.
Let's get cracking, like a breakfast egg.
You can use those eggs to make some eggnog, Snoop.
Respect.
And people do love T-Mobile, where you can save on every plan versus the other big guys when you switch.
You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
Always a great stocking stuffer, Snoop.
We up out of here.
Hold your horses, Snoopy O-double-G. Let's remind people one more time.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get 4 iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. Now drop that joke.
With 24-monthly bill credits for eligible trade-ins and 4 new lines with auto pay. Well qualified customers with taxes and fees and $35 per line connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement is due $999.99. Credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save on wireless and streaming versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence requires iOS 18.1 or later.
In my world, every day is game day. So when our partner Sonos installed their game-changing sound system at the Man Cave, I immediately said, I think I need that in my house, in my home man cave. And when you hear that sound, it's different. It's game-changing. So make your game day setup the game day setup when you build your own game-changing sound system, and you can do so at Sonos.com/Dan Patrick. Once again, Sonos.com/Dan Patrick.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
Hi, I'm Jenny Covert, wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. For 115 years and 6 generations, the Coverts have served Central Texas longer than any car dealer. We know how busy the holiday season can be and that time is money. That's why we believe in making your shopping experience quick and easy with our low Covert price and excellent customer service. We'll do whatever it takes to earn your business, like free delivery right to your door. No one beats a Covert deal. Not now, not ever. CovertBastrop.com. Together, let's drive.
The PayPal app has amazingly low prices for holiday shopping. Get cashback offers in the app, and when you use the PayPal debit card, PayPal stacks 5% more in the monthly category of your choosing on up to $1,000 in purchases. Don't just pay, PayPal.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over, and if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
Did you know that solar energy gives you independence from utilities and helps keep your energy costs down? Why not get a free estimate with locally owned Divided Sky Roofing and Solar? You can get more information at mydividedsky.com. That's mydividedsky.com.
Get the Apple Leasing Advantage today. Visit appleleasing.com. That's appleleasing.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff. If you missed any part of the show, first off, what did you number one? Number two, if you missed any part of the show, all you got to do is go to the podcast page and download it. I need you to tell podcasts and make sure everybody tuning in to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. Last night, NFL football, the week ended with a double header on Monday Night Football. One was a snoozer, but we did get to see Bijan Robinson go over 1,000 yards for the first time in his NFL career. They finally got a coach that knows how to use him and keep him active. The one thing that he needs to do is get him in the passing game a little bit more. But the Falcons moved to 7-7, and they are in second place behind Tampa Bay in the NFC South. And the Minnesota Vikings, 12-2 now, defeat the Chicago Bears 30-12 in Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football had a lot of implications that were going on. Obviously, the playoff picture in the NFL has moved around a little bit. We talked about the injuries to the Lions, and now with Minnesota sitting at 12-2, they have a chance to overtake the Lions for the number 1 overall seed. The Eagles are sitting at 12-2. There's a lot of parity in that division. You start to look at the AFC, 13-1. The Chiefs are. But now they're dealing with the Patrick Mahomes injury. But the injury means a lot more to me than just for the Kansas City Chiefs. Injuries are playing a part of it. Nobody's healthy at the end of the year. But the playoff picture in fantasy football has now gotten to an all-time high of stress levels. Last night, somehow, some way, I lose one game, I win another game, and I get in the playoffs. I come down to the very end in another one of my leagues, and now I advance to the next round of the playoffs. In one league, it was great, but now I have to play my son DJ in the semifinals, and one of us has to go home. It's kind of crazy and nerve-wracking. It's going to be very tense around the house this week. Both of us are going to be vying for roster moves because we both are dealing with injuries. And for the other league, I got to play the best team that averages like 200 points a game. But as my man Khalil said, this is the week that you put together the best lineup that you can possibly have. All that to say, fantasy football drives me nuts, folks. It makes me it makes my nerves bad. And that will probably be the last time I play fantasy football this year. Because I'll be back next year. I'll be back in the mix because I'm playing for the possibility of winning a championship in 3 different leagues. I want to thank my man Khalil for holding it down. I want to thank Joe Cook of Inside Texas and On 3 for joining us to give us the latest. I want to thank George Teague of Teague Football, talking all things Dallas Cowboys, transfer portal, and everything else. Tomorrow, Mark Henry will be in. We'll have Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman, and we'll get you closer and closer to the big matchup, Clemson versus your Texas Longhorns at DKR, Texas Memorial Stadium. We'll have a pregame show this weekend. We'll give you all that. And as always, don't believe everything you see, because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KBETAM Austin, your home for the Horns. You're out, you're about, but you want your Dan Patrick. Well, good news, he goes everywhere with. If you